So waterproofing a deck, I don't know if I would have thought it was as amazing as it is until I just did one at my own personal house. We added a freestanding structure. We've had one for many, many years, but then we went ahead and decided to waterproof our deck and create a whole nother living space underneath that deck. And we have to say, as a whole family, it has been a hit for our family. So it's something I definitely would recommend, because you can really stretch that area out and create so much usable outdoor living space underneath that deck, not to mention on top of the deck. So you create dual outdoor living space on top of the deck and below the deck. So if you have a deck, if you have a second story home, and if you have a deck, why not waterproof that underneath? You can add the tongue and groove underneath it and really create a whole covered area underneath that. Now, that will serve as a very nice area for entertaining. So look at how big this space can be. You can do the traditional fireplace, you can add a TV on top of that, but you could add a whole outdoor kitchen and bar at the other end of that space. You can do dining in between. You can add swings to the underneath of the deck with, you know, the traditional chairs that you would see maybe even Mexico, or if you're in Hawaii. You can hang some of these cool seats underneath that and have just another pop of destination. Now, the thing I don't want to forget about saying here is what you do on top of the deck. Because remember, that whole beautiful outdoor living space is on top of a deck that you can have a whole living space on top as well. So you can have your dining table, you can have a nice area to go out and just relax. Maybe it's just you and you know, your wife or your husband or your significant other. Maybe it's your family. Maybe you have just an evening barbecue just with your family on top of that deck. So really dual use space on top of the deck, below the deck. A covered deck, a covered outdoor living space as a deck might be what you want to do. So here I am on top of a deck, in fact, and look at the space. We have a dining table up here. We have a lounge area up here with 2 umbrellas. We have another grill station, so a barbecue up on top of the deck, and just a beautiful area with plants and vegetation and flowers up here. Just kind of relax and give you a little spot to go out and just let the cares of the day be eased away. Now, what kind of materials should you use for your deck? Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this. You can waterproof it with a waterproof membrane, as you're seeing here. This is at the Monterey property. They have an area that they can step out of their house. They have a waterproof walkable membrane that protects the upper deck from the area below. So it basically does not allow water to penetrate through that membrane. And look at the beautiful space that we were able to create there. A very popular way to waterproof a deck is also using the Trex Rain Escape. And here's some footage of the way that looks. Now this is like a membrane, but it goes in between the trusses of the deck. So basically that water is going through the deck, it's captured between the trusses, it's moved to a gutter system, and it gets it away with the downspout. And then you could also do tongue and groove underneath these decks. And that's what's really attractive to the Trex Rain Escape product, is that you can have a beautiful finished product underneath the deck instead of some of the uglier options that are out there with the metals and some of the other ways to capture that water. The Trex Rain Escape gives you the ability to have a beautiful finished cedar tongue and groove underneath. Another option for the material is that metal kind of a capture between the trusses system. There's lots of different models out there. I have to say from personal experience, I've not had a lot of success with these, so just be cautious, do your research, make sure the product that you're getting is the right product for you and your budget. So outdoor living underneath a deck is one thing, or you could even prep for the future outdoor living, but you could do a temporary thing like this client did. This client prepared everything for their outdoor living space in the future, but they realized that the ages of their kids right now would best be served for a cool ninja warrior course underneath that deck. So look at what we've done here. We gave so much area for the kids to go out no matter what weather it was outside. They could go out, they can burn some of that kid energy and play, and just play and have fun underneath that deck. Now in the future, the homeowner's already planned on doing an outdoor fireplace, an outdoor bar, and an outdoor kitchen to that space. So that's something that they can definitely do as their kids reach those teenage years. So I'm sure you love a covered deck after all the footage you just saw, but what I want to say is there's lots of other covered areas. We're going to talk about covered structures that are non-traditional. There's a lot of these, by the way. I think you're going to really enjoy what we have to offer in the next video. So click on that and enjoy the non-traditional covered structure right now.